Hi everyone, in this video we're going to create something really cool. Use images in order to create a simple mask with hearts in different colors. Those are images which are positioned relatively to the face of the user, and they move with the face of the user. So let's jump straight in and start from the beginning. Hi everyone, in this video I want to show you how we can position images uh, relatively to the face in SparkR. In a previous tutorial, what I've done is actually showing you how you can position an image on the face itself, kind of like a skin. But this time we're going to just position a 2D image in the 3D space, but relatively to the face. So I've already imported an image. You can see heart, and the reason that it's white is because I'm going to change its color in order to get an accurate color based on the one that I choose in a color picker. I need to have a white one, and it's transparent, so it doesn't have a background, it's only the heart itself. So what we're going to do is when I put it in the scene, we're only going to see the heart shape. So I can directly add the texture into the scene. I need to put it as a texture of a material of a rectangle, which is a 2D element, but I can add a rectangle directly. As you can see, it's grayed out. I need to put an element which can be manipulated in the 3D space. That's what we have, the canvas. Now, the canvas by default is now positioned in camera space mode, as you can see. So it's not actually transformable as its current state. Because we want to the material to the canvas to move in the 3D space, we need to change the mode to world space. Once we do that, we have those three arrows. You can see this is for the y-axis, this is for the x-axis, and this is for the z-axis, and we can actually move it in the 3D space. But right now it's not under the face tracker, which means that I can just move it in the 3D space, but it's not. For example, if you can see, the head of the user moves, but the element itself doesn't. What I need to do is add a face tracker. So what we do, you're going to go to Add Object, put face here, and then Face Tracker, and then Insert. Now we have a face tracker. But it's not, oh sorry, my mistake, I added it under the canvas. We're going to do this again to do add a focal distance. So we're going to do Add Object, Face Tracker. Right. Now the canvas right now is above the face tracker. What I need to do is just drag it onto the face tracker. To do this, I just click with the mouse button, hold with the left mouse button, and then drag it onto the face tracker. Now we can see that the canvas moves with the face as we wanted it. Now, in order to put a heart, what we need to do is to create a rectangle. As you can see, the canvas doesn't have a material. We can't add a material to the canvas. We can only add it to the rectangle. So we just right click, add, and choose rectangle. You can see the rectangle now is under the canvas, and because it's a 2D element and we can only move it to the X and Y axis, as you can see, position X and Y. If we move the canvas, which is the parent of the rectangle, I'm going to just pause the scene for a second. You can see that I'm currently moving the canvas, and the rectangle move with it. This is because the rectangle is a child of the canvas. The canvas is its parent. And because I can move the canvas in all three axes, in Y, X, and Z axis, the rectangle moves with it. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is to position the heart where the rectangle is. So how we do this We choose the rectangle first, then we have a material option because we can assign a material to the rectangle in the properties section on the right side. So we're going to go to materials and then click this plus button to create a material. Once we've done that, a material is added to the material section in the assets section here. Oh, sorry. As you can see, the material is under a folder which automatically created when I created my first material. Cool. Now we need to choose this material, and we have several options. We can just click it here, or again just click rectangle and double click the material name here, and then the material properties will appear on the right side in the sidebar. Now what I need to do is go to texture here and then choose my texture, which is the heart image. As you can see now, the art appears in the scene under the canvas and as a texture for the rectangle's material. Now it's hard to see like this where it's positioned actually relative to the face because this person's image is flat. So in order to get a better idea where it's located relative to the face, I'm adding under face tracker, right click, add, and I'm adding a face mesh. And I did use this only temporarily. Oh, I made a mistake. Let me see. No, it's okay. Because then I can see if I move the canvas, I can see where the art is located relative to the face. I'm just going to do something. I'm going to explain to it a bit later. Just going to click, alpha test in order to make it transparent, the background transparent. Okay, so as you can see, now it's easier for me to see where the heart is located relative to the face. So I choose, for example, to position the first heart near the mouth, near the nose. Sorry, near the nose. So I'm going to position it here. And again, I'm using the move tool in order to move the heart. So in order to move, you need to click this one, this button at the top, and then you can just click with the left mouse button and then move it to different areas, forward and backward, right and left, top and bottom. We're going to change the color soon. Let's just resize this a bit, and in order to resize it, we need to click here. This is the scale tool, and then we can go and put the mouse button inside this square, so it will scale all size proportionally. Let's put a cute one here. Yeah. Let's just hide the face mesh for a second. Yes. Let's play it so you can see how it looks. Okay, maybe we need to move it a bit, just down. Oh, sorry, I moved the face mesh. Yeah. Alright. Now, I want this heart to look red. So to change the color, what we need to do is just go to the material, back to the material. You can either click here, directly go to the material, or choose the rectangle, and then in the property section, double click material. Now, if I want the color to be exactly the color which is suited in the color picker without any lighting effect, I need to use a flat one, which I'm going to use right now. I'm going to talk about these shader types later on in other videos, but right now I'm going to choose flat. Now it's completely white, which is actually the color which is chosen here, and it's actually the color of the image. Now, because I chose a white image, if I change the color here under diffuse using this color picker, I get the exact color represented in the image. So this white heart will actually be colored in any color that I choose right now. So let's choose another color. If I wanted red, I can use red. I can choose other colors, whatever I like. So I'm going to choose red. And I click OK. Nice. Alright, so we have our first heart. Cool. Now what I want to do is create more hearts. So to do this, what we need to do is duplicate the canvas. Let's call this canvas, double click it, and call this heart 1. Now I can recreate the canvas and the heart and create another material, but I want to use the same thing that I created just now, with the canvas, with the same rectangle, the same size, with this same heart, red heart. So what I need to do is just duplicate the canvas. If I duplicate the canvas using a right click, duplicate, or Control D on Windows, I get automatically the software add a sequential number. So it was 1, it's going to be 2. And as you can see, if I duplicate the parent element, the child element is also replicated as well. So then we have another rectangle here. Now you can't see it because they are overlapping. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move them. You see this big, this is the region of the canvas. I just want to make it smaller so it be the same size as the heart. So what I'm going to do is just quickly, the rectangle is 100 by 100. And I'm going to put the size of the canvas 100 by 100. I'm going to do the same to the other one. Nice. So let's choose the second heart. To choose the elements, you can choose them here by tapping on the scene, but because these are overlapping, it's easier just to tap the heart 2 element here, and then I can just choose the move tool and then move it and position it elsewhere. Let's also make the face mesh visible, just temporary, so I can see where I put it relative to the face. As you can see, the first one is not touching the nose, so I'm going to go to the first one and move it a bit backwards, like this. Now I'm going to choose the second one by just clicking heart 2, and then let's move it a bit back. And I want to rotate it, so I'm going to choose the rotation button. It's the middle button here at the top. Choose it, and then choose this arc, middle arc, in order to rotate it on the y-axis, like this. Let's take a look. Let's put it a bit back and rotate it a bit. Cool. Maybe a bit right. Nice. Actually, you can make it smaller by choosing the third option, which is scaling option, and put a arrow inside the square, and I can choose to rotate, make it a bit smaller. Nice. Cool. Let's create another one. I'm going to change the color soon enough. So again, right click on the second one, duplicate. Why duplicate the second one? Because it's already in the size that I wanted. But what I want to do is click the third one, and I need to move it to the other side. Again, I'm using the arrows to position it. I'm holding Control and the left mouse button to rotate it, so I can see how those elements are positioned in the 3D space. Clicking rotate, the middle arc. Nice. Positioning it back, choosing the move tool, positioning it back. Maybe a bit to the left, beyond the cheek. Nice, looking good. Alright, so we have the three hearts. We're going to create quickly two more. One at the forehead, another one here, the chin. Alright, so again, right click on the third one. No, actually, I'm not going to duplicate the third one. I'm going to duplicate this one in the middle. I can just tap it right now. And you see, if I tap this one, it chooses the rectangle, but actually I need to move the canvas, not the rectangle. So I need to push to tap the heart one, and then I'm going to duplicate this one. It's going to be heart 4. I'm going to move it up because I want it in the same size and in the same horizontal location on the x-axis. Nice. Let's leave it like this. Maybe a bit rotated. What do you say? So to rotate it backwards, I need to use this arc just a bit. Cool. Let's make another one. So I'm going to choose heart 1. Again, right click, duplicate. I'm going to move it here, the chin. Move it backwards. I need to resize it, so I'm going to choose the scale, put it in the middle, scale it, move tool, up. Nice. Now let's hide the face mesh. Cool. So we have 4 hearts. Now all of them are in the same color because they use the same material. So if, for example, I want to change the color of all of the hearts, I don't need to change for each one of them because all of them using the same instance of the material 0. So for what I want to show you, if I go to material 0, I tap it here, I go to the right section to the properties of the material and change the color, it's going to change to all of the hearts. Again, because all of those rectangles use a material, the same material. But what I want to do is use different colors. So to do this, what I need to do is use a different material. So let's go to, let's say, the one in the forehead. Choose it. As you can see, in the material section here, it uses material 0. What I'm going to do is create another material. But a quick way to do this, because I'm going to use the same texture, is just duplicate the previous material. I can also do this by just going here, tapping, and clicking create new material. But I'm going to use duplicate. I'm going here, tapping the material, right click, and duplicate. As you can see, we have material 1. You can also rename it. For example, I'm going to call this one red, and this one we're going to call yellow. Now the yellow is still red. It's the same material that was before, but we're going to change it. So we can click the material. I'm going to click the yellow one. As you can see, like before, because it's a duplicate element, it carries the same color as before, but we want to make it another color, let's say yellow. So I'm going to tap here, pick the color picker, and change it to yellow. Now you're probably saying, hey, nothing changed. Nothing will change because we haven't assigned the material to any of the rectangles. So we're going to do this right now. So again, we're going to pick this one up, the rectangle. This is the rectangle of the forehead, the heart in the forehead area. As you can see on the right side, the material is still red. So we need to change it. So to change it, we click this one here, and there's a drop down, and instead of red material, we're going to choose the one that we just created, the yellow. Look at this. You get a yellow heart. Alright, so if you want to change the other ones, we're going to do the same. Again, we can use any of the materials to assign them to the other ones. For example, let's choose this one. You see the material for this heart, and just tapping on it, looking at the sidebar, and the material is red. I can now change it to yellow directly by just clicking this one, this button under materials, and then clicking yellow. It's yellow. Now if you want to make the other ones blue, we need to follow the same procedure. So let's just duplicate the yellow for, no, actually I'm going to show you how you do this from with the new option. So I want to create another material for, let's say, this one, make it blue. Now it's red, right? I want to change it. I click this button, and instead of choosing another one of our materials, I'm going to use create new material. Now this is an empty material because it looks square, because this is by default. Because it's a new material, it doesn't have the heart texture. So we're going to add it right now. So what we're going to do is choose the material. Let's call it blue. Now we need to do the same step that we did in the previous one, the red one. We're going to change it to flat. You see, it takes more steps, so if you just want to use another color, it's better to do duplicate. I just want to show you how you can do this way as well. And then we're going to choose heart in the texture, the shader properties, and then we're going to choose a color which is blue. Nice. Yeah, that's it. So so we have a blue one, as you can see. It didn't take long, but again, it's easier just to duplicate it if that's what you want, just to change the color. And then if I want to change this color to blue as well, I can tap it. It's going to choose the rectangle. You can see it's still red. I'm going to tap this button, and I'm going to have the blue one, which is created. As you can see, all the materials here are going to be listed here. So I have the blue one. Choose blue, and I have blue. Let's see how it works. Cool. Now, of course, you can play with this, but it's very easy to change the colors, the location of the images, and of course, you can use any image. I just use heart, but just think about, you can bring any image that you want, change the location, positioning, it moves relatively to the face, even apply different colors, and there are many other options, but this is actually the basics. And again, if you want to change to the exact color without having the lighting affecting the color, just use a flat. I'm going to show to you where it is again. Choose shader type flat for the material, and then make sure that the texture is white, and then choose a color, and then you're going to get the same color on the texture. Simple. So that's it. I don't want to add more things to complicate things. I'm going to, for this lesson, just want to keep this as is. And in future videos, of course, I'm going to show you more advanced things. But again, even with this, just think about it. You can create really cool masks. Just finding cool images, position it relative to the face, and you're going to get something cool that many people might like. So that's it. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy my tutorials. This keeps me motivated to make more of those. Getting more many questions on Instagram on how to do this, how to do that, and that's why I decided to create tutorials to explain to you how you can make things, starting with the basics and moving on to more advanced things which I'm familiar with. And of course, I'm learning new things every day. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to press this bell button in order to get notified when I release new tutorials. Again, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye everyone.